What's up, guys? I'm back on live. I went back to Home Depot. I returned the slidey things that I got that was the wrong kind, and I went and got this kind, which is the kind that I wanted the first time. And guess what? They were even cheaper. The ones that I got before were more expensive because the only difference in the two different drawer extensions that I got is this one, the one that I'm using right now. It slides all the way out and all the way back in, no problem. The other ones have like a little lock at the end, like when you're first trying to pull them out, that you kind of have to give it a harder tug to get them to slide, which, you know, in theory sounds great to have if, say, you were building a desk or you were building inside of like an RV or something where the drawer might accidentally slide. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's say your desk was tipped over, like, you know, you're moving your desk. You don't want your drawer to just slide right out, right? But this is not a desk. This is a cupboard. Like, this is like, you know, this cabinet's never moving. So you don't need that little lock at the end that keeps the drawer in place. So anyways, I went back to Home Depot. I got the right kind now, which is this kind. This is the kind that I used for this up shelf, and I'm going to build the bottom shelf now that I got the right kind. See, these ones, I'll show you guys once I got out of the package. How does it work? Oh yeah, they slide like this. Just like that. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. And then I'm gonna mount it to this piece of wood like that. I'm gonna mount it to this thing as well. This is gonna be the platform. So I'll show you guys the other one again. This is the one I built yesterday. It slides on the track. I have one track on the bottom here, and then I have one on the back side, like over here. And inside of the cupboard, in there, I built that little frame. So they all have to be put together. And so far, I have this piece, this is going to be the bottom. I have the framing piece that's going to go inside. And then I have the two sliding tracks. Like, I have got these two tracks. And just to let everyone know, they make pre-made drawer inserts that have the whole thing sort of all assembled for you. You just have to like put it together, like all the pieces are all cut and whatever. But the issue with that is if you get one of those, they have to fit a certain dimension. And this little cupboard that I'm building right now, it's so small. It's this space is only about 10 inches across. Like that's how many inches across this whole cupboard is. And the smallest possible drawer insert that I could find that's already all built for you, pre-built, is 9 inches across without the hardware. Including the hardware, you need it to be 10.5 inches across, like 10 and 1/2 inch. So this cupboard's just way too small. So that's why I'm gonna have to build this one from scratch, just like I did the other one yesterday. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and do it in the same order that I did yesterday. All the Canadian teams going to the Canadian hockey teams got eliminated. Yeah, I know. Montreal was the last hope for Canada in the Stanley Cup against Carolina. But I feel like they didn't even. Did they even win? Yeah, they won one game, I think, against Carolina. Yeah, Carolina has been dominating, guys. If you think about it, they've won. They swept the first 2 series, and then they only lost 1 game so far in the playoffs. Like they're doing so well. Thanks for that information, E-Dog. I'll keep that in mind. But yeah, anyways, guys, so what I'm doing is I'm building a shelf here. So the very next step is I'm going to I'm going to attach this to the shelf piece using some screws. I just have to remember exactly how far it needs to be off of the end, which I think it's about. I think it's about half an inch off the end. I'm pretty sure. Vegas Golden Knights are playing against Carolina. Yeah, I know. I might actually watch that game later tonight too, guys. I might even keep it on stream. What's up, John? Welcome to the stream. I'm building a spice rack. I don't know if you guys have seen. This is the one I built yesterday. It slides in and out now for our cabinet. And look, the cabinet closes. It's actually really handy because before this little cupboard is so deep. Like, it's actually literally 20 inches deep inside of there. And if you're cooking and you want to grab your pepper, your salt, your spices, whatever you want to grab, it's hard to like reach in there and grab a spice that's in the back of the cabinet without knocking them all over and being able to access them all. So I built this sliding drawer yesterday. I did it all off stream. I just did it by myself. And then this is the little spice rack that I have. So you could just throw all your spices right there on this this shelf. Oops. And then it just goes in and out just like that. So today I'm building the second half, like the bottom half. I'm going to build a new one that goes inside of the bottom half of the cabinet. Yeah, I built it. I built it from scratch, guys. I'm actually pretty proud of it because, to be honest, guys, it took a lot of figuring things out and calculating, and it ended up fitting in there perfectly. Like, it fits like a glove. You can see how smooth it is. It literally like goes right in and out. And the only thing about it is it's kind of the design of the original cabinet. But if you guys can see, these hinges right here, they block a drawer from being able to go all the way in and out. So I built this tiny frame in here that's 1.5 inches wide, so that the little spice shelf that slides in and out fits in there perfectly right to the edge. So we're losing an 1.5 inches of actual space because that's just wasted space in there now. Like, it's just, it's just part of a little frame that I built. But overall, it's a more efficient cabinet now because you can actually use the entirety of the cabinet because it all slides out. So even though you're losing a little bit of the cabinet space because of the little wood frame that I built, it's just more ergonomic. Like, you're not going to miss that space as much as you're going to enjoy being able to access the back of the cabinet without having to pull every single thing out. So, like, for example, let's say you wanted a spice that's way in the back there. Previously, you'd have to dig your hand all the way into the back and try to pull out some. So, like, I'll give you guys an example. I'll pretend, look, I'm pulling out this. I'm trying to pull this out. Finally gets it out, the parsley flakes. It's so hard. Imagine you're in a hurry because you're cooking, right? And you're like, oh no, I got to throw some pepper on there or whatever, right? It's deep into the back of the cabinet. You don't want to be digging into the back of the cabinet with your flashlight. Like, you want to be able to access all your spices. So that's why I did it that way, guys. To put a little shelf in there. Sometimes you just gotta do things. You know what I mean? Like, if the thing that you're doing is not perfect, it's all good. You just have to make it better. Okay, just doing some measurements. Because I want the bottom shelf to be like basically the same as the top one. So I just I needed to check how far along like how much is cut off of the end of that shelf, and I just marked it out. So see that little mark I made with my pencil there? I don't know if you guys can see it. That's where the end of this sliding bracket is going to go. So that's step one, is I'm going to attach the sliding bracket to the wood piece. That is step one. So I'm going to mark some spots to drill my holes with the pencil. There is no manual. I built this from scratch, guys. There is no manual. The manual's all up here. Knowledge. This is the perfect time to do this too, because my wife is not home, and when I do projects like this, I find it's honestly sometimes easier when she's not around, because I could just kind of focus on what I'm doing, you know, and I find that she gets a little, she kind of gets a little bit anxious about the amount of like mess that happens when you have to build something, you know what I mean? So like, for example, if you're building like a spice rack, you know, while the spice rack is being built, you have nowhere to put the spices, you know, and I guess that could make somebody a bit anxious. Didn't she recently get hacked? Oh yeah, that was something that just happened. Yeah, but thank God that YouTube responded very swiftly, and they got her account back online. Her whole channel got back online. Where's my? Oh, I know where it is. I need another bit. Hold on a sec, guys. It's right here. That's the one. Dang it. One thing I should do is honestly, I'm going to drill a little bit of a pilot hole first, because it's going to crack the board if I just go straight in with a screw. It's still going to crack the board a little bit. but not as badly if I just went straight in with a screw. What's going on, Johnny Loom? I haven't been online recently, guys, because I've been super busy with work. So I haven't really been online that much, but it's been a really cold and rainy last few days. So I was actually able to do more indoor projects that I've been trying to work on. So anyways, I'm just going to wind that up again. That's where that one goes. And then wait, we just got to think about this for a second. You know what? Hold on a sec, guys. I think I did it wrong. I got to do it on the other side. I marked the wrong side, guys. Because you got to think about it. This board is actually going to slide right in here like this. And yeah, it's the wrong side. That's okay though. That's all good. What I'm going to do is just switch it around because I actually have this board too. They're going to fit together like this. Thanks, Crunchy. Yeah, we've been settling in. I've actually been building a bunch of stuff for our house. Yeah, I'm just going to switch it to this one. It's all good. Yeah, it's all good. the second hole is going to go right there. Now I need another screw. Where'd my screws go? Got a little pack of screws here. Got my screwdriver. I'm just gonna simply screw this one in here. All the way down. And then there's one more spot for a screw, which is, how do I get to it? Oh yeah, it's right here. Okay, so now this is attached. No, I don't know. I think it says that there's multiple people watching, Deb. I think they're just silent commenters or whatever. But yeah, so anyways, guys, then this is attached like that. And then we're gonna screw this onto this board here. Just like this. So I'm going to take the pencil again and then mark some spots where I want my screws. Here's another trick, guys. Sometimes also I don't even use the pencil. Instead of using a pencil to mark the spots, sometimes I just take a screw itself instead of a pencil, and I actually just kind of like, or take it and I kind of like poke it in there, like poke it almost. You basically almost, I can just even turn the screw a couple times, and it makes a little, I don't know if you guys can see, it makes a little indentation right there. And then that way I know that's where the screw hole is going to be. So even once I take off this frame thing, I can actually still see where the hole is. But anyways, I'm going to do that one for that one. And then I'll do that again with the screw. So I'm gonna take the screw, and I'm gonna poke a hole right here. Even just turn it once or maybe twice. And there's another hole there of where that one's gonna go. And then finally, we'll put one up here. Boom. So now I have 3 spots for screws on my piece of wood. I'm going to take a screw drill it straight in. And take it out. I'll even just honestly even use the same screw because I'm just kind of drilling the holes right now. And then the third one was right here. Put this thing back on it. There we go. So now this part is screwed to this part. And then what's going to happen next, guys, I'll move you back over here so we can see back inside the cupboard, kind of, is it slides in like that. It slides in here like this. Very simple design. And then it's gonna pull out like that. But what we also need attached to this board is the other slider. So I'll show you guys what I did to make the to put the other slider on there. I marked a line across the board like this on the bottom. And then this one is the other slider. It goes on it just like this. I didn't actually measure this out. I just did it about a finger width, like how wide my finger is from the edge of the drawer. But it's not that important. Like I could put it right to the edge, but I left a little gap there. I don't know why. I just did it. I think it makes sense to keep the gap. And then for the screws, we can't use these screws because they're too long. You see, they'll go right through the wood. So I need to grab the other kind of screw, which are these little tiny screws, these little mini ones. So we're going to put one's going to go right here in this little hole. right there. Slide that out a little bit so I can see the rest of the holes. There's another hole right there. And carefully screw that one in there. And then the final one is way down here. This one's the hardest one to get to be honest, guys, because you're gonna have to go through the bracket, like through there, and then into the wood. So it's kind of hard to get to it, but I can do it, especially with these little tiny screws. It's not that hard because you only have to screw them like a tiny little bit. I think I got it. Yeah, there we go. Alrighty, so yeah, that's that. Now I'll turn the camera around so you guys can see how this is going to work. So I just screwed the bottom half on, as you guys can remember here. It flips around like this. And it's going to go in here like that. So it goes in there like that. Nothing screwed down yet. So you can see once I screw it in there, this is how it'll function. It'll slide in and out like that. Does that make sense, guys? So next, what I'm going to do next, guys, is I'm going to build the rest of the wooden frame that goes in there with these 1x1 pieces or whatever they are, 1.5 pieces to build the little frame box that's going to go up along the side. So I actually wrote down the measurements of what I need on here. I need one piece that is 15 by 5, and then 15 and 5/16, and then I need two that are 14 and 7/16. So I'm probably going to use this one as one of the 14s, I'm thinking. So I already marked it right there. That's the size I need. So I'm going to cut it with my little cut box here. Almost there. Almost through. See, it's almost cut through. I'm just going to do it like this at the very end because the box is so low to the ground. There we go. Okay. So this piece that I just cut, guys, it's going to go in here like this. Right about there. And then I'm going to cut a piece that goes across the top. And then we need one more that's this size. So before we go any further, I'm going to clean up the mess. Just a little bit, because I'm about to make another mess, because I got to cut more 2 pieces of wood, but I'm just going to clean it up a tiny bit so it doesn't spread all over the place. Because I'm about to make more sawdust in a second here. Because we now need to cut that piece that I was talking about that's going to go across the top. So I'm going to use that long piece of wood that I have as well. This was the cheap wood. The one piece that you just saw me cut, guys, was an expensive piece of hobby wood. But I got a piece of cheap wood later because I realized it's just framing that is going in there. It's not actually part of the design of the... I guess I should have measured this thing. Where's the measure tape? Oh, there it is. So this one we said needed to be... I wrote it down. I wrote it down on here. 15 and 5/16 long. So yeah, I should have measured it first before I put it in there. So 15 and 5/16. So there's 15. I'll use this as my square. There we go. That's a clean cut too, eh? Real fucking clean cut, eh? Those Nike sandals are so comfy. Oh yeah, they're nice. These ones are here, eh? Just do it. Yeah, this piece that I just cut for, guys, I'll show you where it's going. I'm going to take you inside the cupboard now. Welcome to the cupboard. It's going to go... I can't really take this... I'll take the phone right out of the stand here for a moment. But it's going to go between those two metal things. Those two little metal knobs are actually holding up the shelf that's holding up the slidable spice rack. So I'm going to put this piece that we just cut, that you just saw me cut, I'm going to put it right, it's going to go right in between here, in between the two metal thingies, so it doesn't disturb them. Right now, it might be a tiny bit too long. I might have to shave off a little tiny bit of it. I might have cut it a tiny bit too long. But that's okay. I'd rather it a little too long than too short, because I can cut off a bit. So I'm just going to shave it down a little bit. Gee, I'm just taking off like another, whatever this is, 1/4 inch, I guess. I need like a frickin' chisel or something. There we go. Okay, so I cut off that extra little bit. The reason why it was too long, guys, is because, there, it fits in there perfectly now, is when I made the measurement, I'll show you guys what I measured. I measured the distance between this metal thing and that metal thing back there, but it was really hard to get the tape measure in there, so I think I just I didn't account for the width of the actual little knob itself. I just kind of measured the holes, so that's why the measurement was off by basically the thickness of one of the little knobs, but it fits in there perfectly now. So that's where this one's going to go. And then what we need now is that 14. What was this? A 14 and 7/16 piece. I'm just going to try to dry fit it in there real quick to see if it fits good. Or if I need to make an adjustment on that. No, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So I just dry fitted it in there, guys, with one piece. So I'll try to show you inside. But you see, it's going to go up like that. And then right now, there's nothing on the other side because I need to make another column like this. It's going to go in the back there. But it's so tight right now that it's literally holding up the top part just with one column. But once I get that second column in there, it really helps support it. So I'm going to do one more cut of a piece that's exactly this length, which was 14 and 7/16. I might make it a little bit thicker this time, a little bit longer, because it does look like there's a little tiny bit of a gap there. So instead of 14 and 7/16, we'll go to 14 and a half, 14.5 for this piece. Because like I said earlier, I'd rather the piece be a little long, a little bit too long, so I can shave some off or sand it down or something like that, than too short. Because if it's too short, you can't really add length. You know what I mean? Like it's once it's too short, it's just too short. You know what I mean, guys? Like there's nothing you can do. If you're too short, you're kind of screwed. There we go. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Can I get it? Oh, hell yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I just got really excited about that. Okay, let's put the camera again. And let's shove this in there. It's so hard. It's so hard to maneuver in here. But I think I can do it. See, it's so tight now. She's tight. Because, like I said, I went a little longer on this one. Friggin' A, guys. Hold on a second. I'm going to get the the foam back on the stand. There we go. Okay. So I want it to fit all together just like that. So you see, it kind of fits together like this. This is like the front piece. And then this piece goes across down to this one, down to the frame. The frame is screwed onto this slider. And right now, nothing's screwed into the thing, so that's why it's hard to move it. But once it's all screwed in, you guys see it's going to slide out just like this. Just like that. So for example, look at the top one. That's how the top one, that's the finished product. Right now, this is how it looks. It's just a plank. Like it's just a plank right now. And I actually already have this piece right here. I actually made this originally. I made this yesterday to go like this as the cap piece, but I remade it. I remade it into this one, and the reason why is because I drilled these two holes into it to fit it with dowels, so that I can attach it to the plank on the bottom. But I had some trouble lining up my dowel holes, so I had two holes on this piece, and then I put 2 holes on like the end of this board, but they didn't line up very well, and it looked a little sloppy. Like basically by the time I had lined up the dowels, like the dowels were stuck into each other, this piece, instead of lining up perfectly, it was kind of shifted. It was like off to the side like this, and it looked kind of really sloppy, and I didn't like it. So I actually remade the piece again, but I have this leftover piece now, so, and I can use it because just because the dowel holes didn't line up on that top board, I don't have any dowel holes down here yet. So all I have to do is make sure that this time my dowel holes line up perfectly with this piece so that it fits really well. And I'm going to put a third dowel up here as well. That one has 3 dowels as well by the time it was all said and done, but I messed up so badly on the first 2 dowel holes that they didn't line up properly, so I scrapped it and I remade the whole piece. But yeah, so next, what I'm going to do next, guys, before we continue on, is I'm going to clean the floor again from all the sawdust. Because if I don't do it now, it's just going to keep, I'm going to spread it all over the ground. You know what I mean? So I'm going to use a wet paper towel so that the sawdust will stick to it mostly. Okay, so then I cleaned the carpentry isn't your thing. That's okay. I respect your attitude. No, I know. Yeah, it's not. It's just like a hobby, you know. It's not my actual profession or anything like that. But yeah, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the drawer back out and I'm going to attach this board to this board like this. So in order to do that, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take off the slidey thing, which I have to do in a couple steps because in order to get to those screws, you have to take off this thing first. So the first screw is right there. All right, so take that off, put that aside. And then I'm going to take this one off first because it's the hardest one to get to. Take that off. Okay, and then, as I said, I'm attaching this board to this board. So in order to do that, I'm going to drill a couple holes straight through. Sorry, this is going to go like that. Yeah, it's going to go like that. I think on the other board, the one that I made yesterday, I think it was about 6 inches in. Like I did, or 5.5. I think I did 5.5, and then another 5.5 is, I believe, what I did. So I'll make a little mark there. Where's my pencil? Where the hell did that pencil go? Pencil. Where are you? Oh, there it is. About 5.5, and then another one again at about 5.5. There we go. So So I got a hole all the way through now. And what I like to do, you guys see how it makes that little ugly part on the top once it comes through? I take a blade, one of these X-Acto knife blades, and I'll just, hopefully you guys can see, I'll take it and I'll kind of plane off the excess that comes off of that so that it's nice and flat again. Just like that. Okay, and then the other hole's going to go right here. And I'm just going to go nice and easy. Not too fast, because I don't want to go all the way through and drill a hole in the floor. I also don't want to split the wood by going too fast. I'm just going in nice and pretty easy. Applying light force, because like I said, I don't want to shove the drill all the way through the board and then end up drilling a hole in the floor. And also I don't want to split the wood, so I'm going nice and easy, kind of slow. Even sometimes I take it back out a little bit. It's not even all the way through yet, guys, but I'm getting frustrated with it, so I'm just going to use a screw now to finish it off. Keep boring through. There, it's coming through to the other side. Take it back out. Flip it over again. Grab that little blade and just kind of plane off the off that little lump that's going to appear there. Okay, and then I'm going to take that screw again, put the two screws in there. Okay, so now the two screws are sticking out of the other side. That's good, because what we want to do now is take this board and we're going to line it up so that it's perfectly square. Like these two edges are like right against each other, perfectly square. And then I'm going to use the ends of the screws that are sticking out. Use the ends of the two screws that are sticking out to mark where my two pilot holes are going to go for this board. There you go. Okay. So you see I marked it out by poking it onto those two little holes. Now I know that's where my screws are going to go. So I'll take this this drill bit again. I'm going to drill those two pilot holes. So those two are set up now. Lines up just like that. And then I can even just use my hand tool. Just screw them into place. Nice and tight. Oh yeah. And there you have it. Now it looks a little bit more like a shelf, eh? How's he going draw by scratching his fingernails? Why is bro always building everything? I'm always building something, eh guys? So yeah, anyways, now that I've got this basic shape going, now that I've got the basic shape of the shelf, you guys can see it. The next step is I'm gonna put that cap piece on, the one that I told you that I manufactured yesterday. So I made this yesterday. But like I said, I ended up scrapping it and didn't need it because I made a new one, but I'm going to use it on this one. So this is the main thing I have to do with it, is I have to make sure that it lines up perfectly, just like that, on this piece. And I'll explain why. What happened with yesterday's project was these two dowel holes that I already drilled, they didn't line up good with this board. So it was they were kind of off. It was kind of like this. Imagine it like that. And there was like a little piece that was off. So this time around, I have to do it perfectly, because that's why I redid the whole thing when I messed up that bottom or the top one. But it turned out really good. The top one turned out really, really nice. It's just hard to line up the dowel holes, I found. But I had a little trick that I used the second time around, which I'm going to show you guys. What I did was I took these tiny little screw that looks just like this, and I stuck it in backwards like this. Let's see if I can get it in there. Come on. Come on. I'm trying to get it go into these holes backwards. There, like this. Okay. Do you see that, guys? I stuck it backwards in the hole. I'm going to try to do it to the other one too, but the other hole seems to be tighter. There we go. So you see that, guys? I stuck 2 screws in the dowel holes backwards. So that way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to line this up perfectly on here. Just like this. And the reason why I'm doing that, the reason why I put 2 backward screws in my cap piece, is because when I pressed down on it, it gave me 2 indentations on the end of this board. So I don't know if you guys can see the indentations it made on the end of the board. And those 2 indentations are going to be where the 2 holes are going to have to be for my dowel this time. So I can take the drill and I'm going to make sure that the two indentations are right in the right spot this time. And I might do one more thing, guys, before I continue on. I'm going to take off this other shelving bracket as well, because it's making it so that I can't actually sit the shelf on itself properly. So I'm just going to unscrew these couple of screws here. Just try to get to that weird one actually first. Oh, where's that weird one? Here it is. Just took that off there, and the reason why is because now see I can sit that flush onto the ground. It was kind of off a little bit, but anyways, yeah. So I got this on the ground now. I'm going to start my dowel holes right here. This is where one of them is going to go. And the other one is going to go right here. And this is the dowel. This is the dowel that's supposed to go in those holes. Oh yeah, she's tight. She's tight. She's tight. Got a brand new pack of these bad boys right here. I feel like this hole needs to be a bit more. This one on the right, I've got to bore it out a bit more. See, she goes in there. Oh yeah. Okay. The moment of truth, guys. I hope to God I did this properly this time. Wait, I gotta take these little, remember I put the little screws in there? This one's stuck, okay. Let's see if she goes. I'm praying to God that I did it right this time, guys. It works. I did it. Yeah, it works really well. It worked perfectly. Like I said, when I did it yesterday, guys, the issue is the dowel holes did not line up properly. So I had to remake the whole piece. So this piece, the little cap piece, I made it yesterday. And then because it didn't line up properly, I remade the whole piece. I took it again and I made it again for this drawer, so that it fits properly. And this one's nice and flush. It looks great. The other one didn't work that right. What exactly is that? This is a spice rack I built. I built this yesterday. It's for spices, and it's a drawer. And then this one was the failure piece, but I kept it. I saved it because it still works. It just the dowel holes did not line up properly. This time they do to the second shelf that I'm building for the lower half. So there we go. Pull that off there. And then the only thing is I want to put one more dowel actually on the top part, like somewhere along here, like maybe right there-ish. So for this one, I'm actually going to do it in reverse. I'm going to put the hole here first. Let's just say right there. It doesn't really matter. Like I can put it anywhere. I can even put 2 if I wanted to. The other one, I only put 3, to be honest, guys. No real reason why I only put 3. I just did. And I could put 4. Like I could put another dowel there and another dowel there. Maybe I will this time because I do have spare dowels. But I don't really think I need it. I might just put 1. Let's see. Let's see how I feel after I drill this hole. Where did I put those dowels now? Oh, they're right here. So again, these 2 holes are already lined up. That one. I pressed into it. It didn't really make a good indentation, so I'm going to use the screw trick again. Remember, I put the screw in backwards because I tried to do it with the dowel itself, but it didn't really make a good enough indentation or marcation. So I'm going to try to stick that screw in backwards. Line my other 2 dowels up, and then when I press down, see that, guys? It made a mark. It made a marcation of where my next hole needs to be. So I'm gonna now drill a small dowel hole right here. I'll do it on my floor over here on these two boards here. Still a little tight. I'm just going to keep boring it out a bit. There we go. She's going in now. But I don't know if it's deep enough. See, it's sticking out quite a bit still. I might have to make it a bit deeper. Live at early morning. It's 5 a.m. in my country. Oh, crazy! It's only 6 p.m. where I am at. You must be in frickin' the other side of the world. If you're literally 12 hours different. I'm gonna guess. What country are you in, Ishal? I'm gonna guess India or Pakistan, maybe. Hopefully this will be enough. I'm kind of hoping that's enough. So it's sticking out this much now. Good afternoon from Mordor. Oh, crazy! We got one of Sauron's favorite guests in here. Shit, I want to show that part. Okay, so I'm trying to plop it back on. Oh, fuck. A little tight. Okay, yeah, it's okay though. It's a little tight, but it's meant to be tight. It's meant to be tight so that it holds together. See? But now, the next step is we're going to take some super glue. I'm hurt to see the Ryobi. I always thought you'd be a Milwaukee man. Honestly, I'm not loyal. I'm not loyal to Ryobi. I would get a Milwaukee.
But yeah, I got Gorilla Glue. If you're wondering why I'm using Gorilla Glue instead of regular old like wood glue or whatever, guys, it's because when I went to get the glue, they were this glue was on sale. So, and it's just super glue anyways, doesn't really matter. So I'm going to put glue here, put a bunch in that hole. I filled up the whole dowel hole, put a bunch along here, here, here. I filled up the dowel hole again. So I glued that all up. Holy frig, this stuff smells, guys. I feel like I just got a headache from putting all that glue there. Okay, and now I'm going to try to line this up again. Perfectly easy. Careful. Got it. And oh yeah. So I shove it back on there with the Gorilla Glue inside. I'm now going to flip it all the way over. So that side's on the bottom, and then apply a lot of pressure. I'm going to apply a ton of pressure here. And at this point, I think I can flip the camera back over. That way I can read the comments. Yeah, they use ground Gorilla for the glue. Just like, remember they used to use horse hooves? They switched it into Gorilla paws. I'm just joking, guys. That's a joke. I have no idea how they make Gorilla Glue. I hope I put enough glue this time. I feel like I put more in the last one, but it's all good. So I'm just going to let that set for a little while. I just really hope I put enough glue. I'm kind of worried that there's too much of a gap at the top there. Like I should have made that dowel deeper. Yeah, I think I might have to make the dowel deeper, guys. I'm kind of worried about the gap at the top. Or should we not worry? I think it's okay. I'm going to take this little label off too.
Okay. I removed the sticker. Don't worry, just some weight on it. You don't need to lean on it. A couple of books or a gallon of milk. Oh, that's a good idea. I don't really have anything heavy though. I know. I'll put this case of pop on it. I put a case of bubbly on top of it. That'll be the weight. It's pretty much full. Hopefully that's heavy enough. Yeah, I'm going to take a break from building for a minute here, guys. Because I need to wait for the glue to set anyways. So while the glue sets, I'm going to maybe check out the hockey game if it's on. Is there hockey on tonight? No, and yeah, I don't have any clamps, guys. I wish I had some clamps. I used to have clamps. I don't know what happened to them. Fuck. I moved so many times, so it's hard to remember what happened to all my stuff, guys. But I used to have clamps. First game of the Stanley Cup. Yeah, I can't wait, guys. This is like true hockey fans Stanley Cup right now. You know what I mean? Like, you have to really truly be into hockey to understand this type of Stanley Cup final. It's not a really like exciting final in terms of the teams. I mean, Vegas is pretty exciting, but like, you know, if Montreal was here instead, people would be going, oh shit, I left the fridge open. People would be going insane. Right? Like, if this was Montreal in the final, people would be going insane. If this was Edmonton in the final, people would be going insane. Even if it was almost any of the original 6 teams, like, for example, Boston or Chicago or New York Rangers or whatever, people would be going insane. But Carolina is just not really like a traditional hockey market. So when Carolina Hurricanes made the finals, it's not as hyped. You know, people aren't as hyped as they would be for Montreal. But if you're a true hockey fan, like, you respect Carolina. They've been a consummate playoff contender for the last pretty much 10, maybe even 15 years. Like, it's been a long time when Carolina has always looked like a decent playoff contender. Now, it is only their second Stanley Cup final since in the last 20 years. So it's not like they've made the finals a lot, but they've made the Eastern Conference finals quite a few times. They just usually get wiped out by Florida, either Tampa Bay or Florida, I think. And now that they're back to the finals, it's going to be very interesting to see what they can do, because Carolina has only lost 1 game this entire Stanley Cup finals, I believe. Meanwhile, Vegas just defeated the toughest looking team in the entire NHL. Utah should have beat Vegas. Utah choked. Yeah, Utah, honestly, I thought they were going to beat Vegas in round 1. And Vegas is just the type of team that is turning it on right at the right time of year. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't have a very good start to the season. They were kind of sloppy mid-season. They finished okay to the season, but now they are in cruise control. Like, they are rolling right now. Vegas is. You know, they just beat Colorado decisively, guys, in a sweep. The best team in the NHL. How did they go from being such a dominant force for the entire regular season, and then even into the playoffs, they crushed Los Angeles. They took out Minnesota, who many people
would have pegged as being the toughest challenge in that Western Division, aside from Colorado themselves. And then they just get swept by Vegas. Unbelievable. So that's what I'm saying. This is a hockey fan's Stanley Cup final right now. If you're truly a hockey fan and you understand the implications of these two titans meeting in the Stanley Cup final, then this is the type of Stanley Cup for you. If you're just a casual that likes to watch, Montreal and Edmonton or something like that, then obviously this isn't going to be that exciting as a Stanley Cup final. But I know some people are. Some people just like to cheer for a Canadian team or whatever. I get it, guys. I get it. Who am I to judge? You know what I mean? Thanks for that information, E-Dog. I'll keep that in mind the next time I'm feeling lower back pain. Any other information you'd like to share, go ahead. Right now, Vegas is coming out, guys. I'll put the volume up a little bit. Oh, now Carolina's coming out. I'll show you guys just for a second, just so you can see what's going on. People are going nuts in that arena. Oh, I like their intro music. Oh, hopefully it doesn't fuck up my whatchamacallit, because the music. Don't eat Tyson chicken tenders. What are Tyson chicken tenders? I know there's such a thing as a George Foreman grill. Are Mike Tyson chicken tenders like something you could cook on the Foreman grill? The Tyson chicken tenders? They are frozen chicken nuggets. And I'm confused. Mike Tyson invented these chickens. Meanwhile, George Foreman invented the grill to cook them on. What are we going to have next? Muhammad Ali burgers? Oh my God, guys, they're bringing out the Stanley Cup. There it is. Unbelievable, guys. The Stanley Cup is in the building. That's so exciting. I love that they do that. Because they bring it out in game one just to show everybody this is what we're playing for here, guys. Obviously, the Stanley Cup cannot be won or lost tonight in game one, but that means all these guys that are about to play for it get to have one look at it before they go into this game. So they really get a good like blast of motivation right before they start game 1 of the series. Hey, JD, doing well. Thanks for coming on. Tyson is the biggest meat processing company in the world. Oh, really? I thought he was a heavyweight boxing legend. I guess I'm comically confused. Carolina's got some pretty nice uniforms too. I'm kind of liking their. They're wearing their black alternate unis with the. It's like the double hurricane flag or whatever. Like it's like the international symbol for hurricanes or whatever. It's like 2 square flags with black squares on a red background. They're the boss of the meat mafia, the biggest meat company. The meat mafia. I didn't even know there was a meat mafia. Mike Tyson has nothing to do with chickens. He raises pigeons. Oh, crazy. Okay, they're singing the anthem right now, guys. While they're doing that, I'm gonna go and we'll go check on the glue. Do you guys think it's ready yet? The glue? Or do you think I should wait a little longer? I put the case of bubbly on there to hold it down. What do you guys think? Do you think the glue is set? Gorilla glue dries fast. Kind of thought. I mean, it says on the packaging, I'll tell you. It says protect work area from spills. Unscrew the cap, apply a small amount of Gorilla Glue, super glue to one surface. Press the surfaces together for about 10 to 45 seconds. After using, clean nozzle with a dry cloth. Store in a cool, dry place. Oh, you know what? It doesn't even say. I think the time was on the bigger package, like the package that this thing came in, which I think I threw out already. Let me go check if I can see it in the draft. guys. It's deep inside the trash can right now. I think it does set in about 10 to 15 minutes, to be honest, guys. Like, I'm pretty sure it's pretty quick to dry. In the meantime, though, how about that? While we wait for it to dry, let's take another look inside the cupboard here, because what I want to do as well is I want to get the little frame thing that I built to go inside here. I want to get it set up again, just on a dry run, like that. This piece goes here, like that. I remember you, yeah. Is this the right piece, or what am I doing here? It must be, yeah. Why is it so tight, though? Oh, it's the wrong piece. This one goes here. Okay. I was like, what the fuck is going on for a second? It wasn't fitting at all. I was like, I knew one of them was a little tight, but it was actually off by like a lot there. So it goes like that. Yeah, so it's going to fit in there like this. And then I actually have one more component to the system that I built, which are these little like 90-degree bracket thingies, which I'm going to insert them on these boards like this. It's just so hard to see. It's so hard to work inside here. Oh, I guess you know what I could do? This is smart. Okay. I'm just going to mark on my board. I'm going to shove it in the corner exactly where I want it. Get that lined up just where I want it. I'm just going to take the pencil and mark where the edges are going to be. There.
Make sure this all makes sense like that. This one board, though, I feel like, honestly, the end of it, one of the ends feels like it's off. You know what I mean? I think I have to sand it a bit. Because there was like little things sticking up on it. Oh, is the game started? Am I missing the freaking hockey game? And then this piece went here. I'm just going to quickly do this. Where did I make the mark? Did I make the mark? Here. I guess it doesn't really need the mark. I just need to...
Easy work. Hell yeah. Yeah, so anyways, I just want to get these little brackets set up so that once I insert the shelf in there, I can easily just hand screw them in. So those two pieces go in there like that. You know what I'll do is let's before we finish with the shelf, let's do these two, and I'll show you what I mean by that, guys. Because like I'm gonna put this inside there like this. That board. It's such a shitty angle, I know, guys. It's just such a small opening, so it's hard to show everything that's going on. But I'm gonna put this piece in at the top. Those two little side columns are gonna come down. That one goes there. Or maybe it would be better, honestly, guys, if I bring you literally inside the cupboard. Like that. Can you guys see? Can you see anything at all inside the cupboard? Maybe I put you guys. I'll put you guys way back here at the end of the cupboard. And then where'd my screwdriver go? Okay, screwdriver. I got the screwdriver. Got the screw. You guys are in the cupboard. I'll put this here, that there. And then this goes in here like. Like that. Okay. And then this thing goes like this.
Am I missing the hockey game? You're right, Ron's no win. I'm going to take another break. Oh, frig, guys. I just get so into it sometimes. It's hard. It's hard to focus. It's hard to focus on what I want to focus on, guys. I just want to build my fucking spice shelf. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys ever have that. Habs winning the cup next year. I don't think so, bro. Honestly, it's anybody's cup at this point. Like for next year, I mean. Because who would honestly be surprised if Colorado came back and won the cup next year? Nobody, really. What about Montreal? You said the Habs. They could win the cup next year. They got a young team. They went deep this year. Ran out of gas against a team that was well rested. What if Carolina becomes the next dynasty team? You know, the last couple of years, we've seen a lot of NHL teams go back to back. Like, for example, Florida went to back Stanley Cup Finals. In fact, they went to back Stanley Cup Finals. I think they won. They went to 3 Stanley Cup Finals in a row. Won 2 cups. Edmonton went to 2 Stanley Cup Finals in a row. They won 0 cups. Vegas is in their second Stanley Cup final in 4 years, because remember, they were the ones who beat Florida just 3 years ago. And as I mentioned earlier, Carolina has been to the Eastern Conference Final several times over the last few years. Before that, Tampa Bay had won a back-to-back Stanley Cup in there somewhere. I think 20 and 21 or something like that. Who else? Who else has been good? I can't think of anyone else. Colorado has been decent. I mean, they won the cup in 22, I think. And President's Trophy this year. It's anybody's game, guys. Look at Buffalo. They did so well this year, too. Oh, no, guys. I got to end the live. My phone's about to die. But I'll do another live later on today, guys. Once I finish the shelf. But I'm just gonna enjoy the game, guys. Thank you all for watching and all the likes and everything like that. I'll give you guys another update in a little bit. I just got to charge my phone for a tiny bit here. Oh, Carolina just scored. Holy frig, guys. We just saw the first goal of the game. Carolina scored. They're going nuts in that building. Let's see what happens here. Vegas tried to pass it up. He missed. A little bit of a breakaway. Backhand scores. Nikolai Ehlers on the backhand scores. Okay, guys. That's it for now. I'm going to end the live. I'll charge my phone for a bit, and then I'll come back online when I'm finishing up the shelf thing.